hush hush with their kids, and that's how kids go out and they start talking to their friends, getting misinformation and doing things, but becoming wild little animals, as such was said.
Right.
But if you just take the mystery out of it and just like, hey, sex is good if you're with the right person. Keep it safe. Don't, it's not something that you just out there and about just being wild with it. But
okay.
You explain it.
Okay.
Now explain it. Say it is a very enjoyable part of life.
Okay, now let me ask you this. Here's something else that I went to the actually the second question about this instead of the first. The reason why I said that is because I know parenting. We all know how to talk about sex as it relates to what we want our children to know, right? But I'm finding it difficult to find a woman to talk like Zoe did about how she loves sex, because isn't there a double standard? If she says, I absolutely love sex, I can't do without it.
Think that she's a loose, wild, and
why?
whore.
Why do people feel that way?
Because men put that type of stigmatism out there. That's just like, say, for instance, you know what? A friend of mine, we were talking today, and we were talking about how men think, and somewhat, and a guy's going to tell you whatever they want you to hear because they're so focused on getting it in. And that leads them
getting what in? Getting what in?
Having sex with you.
Okay, man.
So,
let me ask you this. No, before you even go any further, because I didn't want to. I didn't want you to get involved.
I know. I don't want you to get sidetracked.
No. Stephanie, this is a good one. I love where you were going, because you were going to the responsibility of what men typically do, but it's not all men. The question I have is, I don't find a lot of women who don't have a man issue problem talking about sex in this comfortable way. In other words, she has no problem in the public saying, I absolutely love it, can't do without it. You don't find that conversation in general too much. You don't find it.
Okay, I agree. Not too much, but shoot. I mean, that's all we talk about. Sex is a good thing as long as you have the right partner and no. But if you're aware of your sexuality.
I see the part I'm trying to get you at.
I know.
She made a statement that related to what she loves first.
Yeah, she loves it.
Do you find women who do not admit that? Forget about the right partner. It's about love of self first. So why is it that she's comfortable to do that in public?
Because she's comfortable with herself.
Well, maybe the other.
Probably care less when
maybe the other ones just don't love sex.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's a lot of women.
Right.
You got a third of women who don't have.
They don't have orgasms. They never had a great experience with it. So, like I said, they have hang-ups about sex.
And is the first thing that happens that when that occurs...
That doesn't mean it's a hang-up. It just may be that that's their physical makeup. See,
right.
It doesn't mean, in other words, what you need to have an orgasm doesn't mean it's a hang-up if that's the way someone brings it.
When I say hang-up, I mean they probably had an experience where it just wasn't unpleasurable or it could have been uncomfortable or, they just don't enjoy sex.
Well, let me ask you this. You were about to go to a point where do you think women who may or may not be comfortable immediately want to go and defer to the men or the bad men role? In other words, will they admit that? And you just...
a lot of people are not going to admit what's really going on.
Right.
They're not.
Okay, and I understand that. Now, here's my question.
I care less. I'm going to say what's on my mind.
Right. Now, okay, because I can't spend a lot of time on it. Here's the last question. Can sexual confidence be displayed in public as a value?
It is by a lot of folks.
Yeah.
Always has been. Madonna.
Yeah.
Angelina Jolie.
Right.
Okay. There's men too.
Now Stephanie.
Yeah,
Stephanie.
Yes.
Now I know Stephanie's a sweetheart. But
are you displaying sexual confidence or are you just faking it?
No.
I want to know.
I'm actually wanting some cherry berry, very cherry jelly berries. No. I'm trying to be cool.
They'll be cool.
You'll be cool. Okay. So
put them on a little trail.
Is there a double standard, Stephanie, that you can't have a conversation because of what men may go to if you say, you know what, I absolutely love sex. Doesn't mean I want to have it with you. I absolutely love it.
Sometimes they will take it and run with it the total wrong way.
But what about the guys who don't run with it the wrong way?
Then you can have a full-on conversation and it'll just be straight cool.
Do you feel women mostly stay away from conversations like what Zoe's just done? She's done it in public.
I don't know about... I can't just put women in a box. I just know from my circle, we all talk about sex and we're very open about it.
Okay.
And now you all having sex when you're talking about it?
Not at that
some
particular
people talking
moment.
about
not
it
during that moment. We're not having sex.
And you know what I'm saying? Because usually when you have a group, There's some people who are active and some people who are relatively inactive.
Right.
Well, there's some that's inactive because they haven't been able to get
Well,
it.
whatever the reason
But
why.
they still enjoy sex.
They're still talking about it. But
Yeah,
I'm just wondering
it's just an open conversation.
I'm just saying, what percentages of the group are active and what percentages roughly are inactive?
Oh, man.
You have girlfriends, I
I mean,
know.
it ain't like
Girlfriends?
50 people there. It's like 6, right?
Yeah.
3 are active and 3 ain't, or what is it? 2, 4, or what?
Well, the majority
I'll do
of
the
them
math
are
for you if
active.
there's trouble.
They're active. Just well, what
The
do you consider
majority.
active? Active all every day.
What number out of what? I'll help you.
I say 5 out of 6.
Thank
Really?
Can I have a jelly belly now?
Okay. All right. Then, okay. The only reason why I'm saying that is because, you know, when I find statements like this from Zoe, who basically embraced the sexuality, you know what? I look at her as having more of a successful relationship because it's not hidden. And I do think we find that very few people feel confident about their sexuality as it relates to communicating it to people in general, because everybody says, you know, leave that at home. Don't say anything. And if you do talk about it, all of a sudden they want to paint a brush over you a certain way.
Oh, or think you're loose. Wow.
Right,
Okay.
right.
No,
So I just
no.
wanted to find out how you
We're
know.
all
Jim.
sexual beings. We
Okay.
all have some type of sexual animal in us.
Okay. Now, okay. Good. Thank you.
Whether you let it loose or keep it caged,
Yeah.
caged.
Okay. Okay.
Chained up.
All right. All right. Now I'm gonna
Jelly
go.
belly?
You better feed that girl before she gets in trouble, man. I don't know what's going on. How are you gonna get on the show in the last couple of weeks and just want to eat? What's going on? Am I missing something? Okay, that's okay. I'm gonna leave it
thank
alone.
you.
I'm gonna leave it alone.
You
Okay.
just gave me one.
That's all you're supposed to get. Focus.
Fine.
Focus. All right. All right. Here's the next one. Now, hey, you know, there was a recent article, but I went and got a lot of information from a number of different places, and it dealt with something that I think is going to be here for a long time. And it's going to be dealing with, of course, dating and relationships online.
Oh my gosh.
No, wait a minute before you go
I
there.
ain't say nothing.
No. Before you see, you're already ready to go. Hey,
No, I didn't say nothing. I was like, oh my gosh.
yeah, I know. The only reason why I say that is because there was a question, you know, and it was interesting as it relates to, do cultural and ethnicity dictate success? Because the article, although it dealt with online dating, they couldn't help but to go to the place of women. And generally, I don't want to make things just a black thing, but I do know that it ends up going into a cultural conversation about what the comfort zone is and who's not comfortable. So, first thing I want to ask, do you think culturally, you know, our base, the African American woman, there's a different relationship online as it relates to how confident they feel about it, what they get from it? Do you think it's a little bit different than, say, non-black women? Or do you think it's just across the board? It's just, hey, you know what? Everybody's experiencing about the same. There's no difference.
I think it's across the board.
Think it's across the board?
Yeah.
Okay, here's what the question is going to be. Because I'm not going to get into it a lot. It was a thing of, here's some supporting comments that you can easily say, yes, I support. No, I don't. Okay. Or you believe, or you just feel like, no, that's not working. And it doesn't matter how the conversation comes out as it relates to, well, Victor, where did you get this from? I pulled these comments in general, and I went across the board, and I saw similar comments, whether it was at one publication or not. I'm going to say the statement. You tell me, how do you feel about it? I met the love of my life and my future husband through online dating. Online dating allows you to explore the person for who they are and not get so caught up in what they are and what they may look like. Do you support that?
No.
Why?
You don't support that?
Because you
What's not to support?
you could be so fraudulent online that it's not even funny.
Yeah, but once you meet, then it's over. Just hurry up and meet. In other words,
I've heard comments like people flown out or they went to go meet somebody and they were not who they said they were.
well, hell, that happens when you talking in the club.
Right.
No.
In other words, what I'm
but
saying
you get to
is-
see who you're talking to in a club. You really don't get to see. Anybody can take anybody's photos and actually put them up there and say all these lovely things.